In the heart of Turkmenistan's Karakum Desert, there lies a fire pit that chills the soul, an eerie, mesmerizing, and unsettling scar in the vast emptiness. In the endless red sands stretching toward eternity, under the scorching sun, silence reigns supreme. The wind sweeps across the dunes like a patient sculptor that has shaped this desert for thousands of years, constantly reshaping its curves. During the day, the desert's unwavering stillness weighs on you like a burden. Time here seems not to flow, but to slow down, even to stop. But everything changes when night falls. As darkness settles over the desert, a sudden orange glow rises on the horizon, transforming the silent wasteland into a living, breathing entity. This glow is no ordinary light. The fiery tongue rising toward the sky flickers like a warning. At that moment, nature reveals its true face. This light comes from what locals call the door to hell, the Darvaza Gas Crater. This crater is not the breath of nature, but the burning result of a mistake made by human hands. Yet to someone seeing it for the first time, that truth is difficult to comprehend. What stands before you is far more than a simple pit. It resembles a vast plain of fire glowing from the depths of the earth. As the flames rise, shades of orange, red, and yellow merge together, and the air above them begins to shimmer. The night sky is torn open by the brightness, painted crimson by the blaze. The silence of the desert is replaced by the deep rumbling of fire, creating an atmosphere that is both enchanting and terrifying. The flames behave like the breath of some invisible creature slumbering beneath the earth, rising as it inhales, falling as it exhales. Witnessing this scene sends chills down your spine and stirs something indescribable in your heart. A feeling that is part awe, part fear, part curiosity, part reverence. Because what stands before you is nature's answer to humanity's illusion of control. The story of this fiery pit begins in 1971, when Soviet geologists discovered massive natural gas reserves beneath the Karakum Desert. They arrived with great expectations. Energy resources were vital for the Soviet Union. Factories, cities, and entire industries depended on gas and oil. The gas under Karakum was seen as a potential economic treasure. Sondage equipment, platforms, and heavy machinery were brought into the desert. The silence of the dunes was pierced by the clanking of metal and roaring engines. For days, the geologists drilled deeper and deeper into the earth, believing they were on the brink of a major discovery. But the desert does not reveal its secrets easily. One day, while drilling continued, the ground began to tremble slightly. The workers assumed it was normal. Minor vibrations were not uncommon. But the trembling grew stronger. Within seconds, a sharp metallic cry, like steel being twisted beyond its limit, echoed across the landscape. Then the ground split open. Beneath the surface lay a massive, unnoticed cavern. And suddenly, as if a giant beneath the earth had awakened, the entire area collapsed. Everything, platforms, drilling towers, machinery, plunged about 30 meters into the void below. The shock and panic of that moment were indescribable. The desert had reclaimed everything humans had tried to impose on it. The collapse brought another danger. From the exposed underground layers, methane gas began to escape rapidly. The smell was harsh, sharp, and deadly. Methane is colorless but lethal when inhaled. Some workers became dizzy, nauseous, and short of breath. They were forced to evacuate the site immediately. But the spreading gas posed not only a threat to them, it threatened nearby settlements and the environment. A decision had to be made quickly. With the technology of that era, stopping the gas flow or sealing the crater was impossible. The only viable option was to burn it off. The team ignited the gas, expecting the flames to consume it within a few days. But their calculations were wrong. The fire began to burn and never stopped. 1 week passed, then a month, then a year, and the flames continued relentlessly. Soviet scientists were stunned. The endless burning revealed that the underground gas reserves were far larger than anyone had imagined. As decades passed, the world changed. Countries rose and fell, technologies advanced, the Soviet Union collapsed. But the fire in the Karakum Desert burned on. Today, more than half a century later, the crater is still ablaze with the same intensity. Scientists still cannot predict when it will burn out. Some believe the gas is slowly diminishing. Others think it may continue for many years. Some even speculate that the crater may be connected to deeper gas chambers that could feed the fire for decades. When you visit the crater at night, the silence of the desert sinks deep into your soul. As the stars shimmer above, the flames inside the crater swirl like 1,000 sparks rising into the sky. It feels as though something under the ground is speaking, whispering a story. This fire does not merely illuminate, it narrates. Its tale contains human error, the raw power of nature, and the quiet passage of time. As you approach the edge, the heat hits you like a wall. Your palms sweat, your breath quickens. The waves of hot air distort your vision, making everything ripple. Looking down, you see hundreds of flames moving together, sometimes rising like a wave, sometimes dimming and rekindling. There is an invisible order within the chaos. Scientific measurements show temperatures inside the crater can reach up to 1,000 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt metal in seconds. Anything dropped into the crater, a stone, a branch, a piece of metal, turns to ash almost instantly. The area is extremely dangerous. Some travelers seeking the perfect photo have ventured too close and nearly fallen. The gases emitted, methane, carbon dioxide, and various hydrocarbons, are toxic, making it risky even for researchers who always come with protective equipment. Despite its dangers, the door to hell has become one of the world's most intriguing destinations. Thousands of visitors travel to the Karakum Desert every year to witness this sea of fire. Many camp nearby and watch the flames dance through the night. Some describe it as the most breathtaking natural spectacle they have ever seen. Others sit silently before the crater, lost in thought as they gaze into the inferno, because that fire triggers something deep inside, a confrontation with one's own insignificance and with the overwhelming magnitude of nature. It reminds us of something modern life makes us forget. Nature is always stronger. The Turkmen government has considered closing the crater, but doing so is extremely difficult. Filling it with soil could increase underground pressure and trigger an explosion. The gas could simply find another exit point, one potentially far more dangerous. Covering it with concrete poses similar risks. As a result, many experts argue that the safest option is to let the crater burn out naturally. But when that might happen remains a mystery. Standing before the door to hell, you witness a scene where history, scientific miscalculation, and nature's power converge. Each spark rising from the flames seems to carry a message from the past. Perhaps these flames are reminding humanity of something. No matter how advanced our technology becomes, we can never truly surpass nature. A single mistake can leave a mark on the earth that lasts for generations. This crater is living proof. A spark ignited in the desert over 50 years ago continues to burn without pause. Late at night, as you stand at the edge of the crater listening to the rising hum, you realize it's not the wind or the crackling of flames. It sounds like a whisper from the depths of the earth. It fills the human body with an indescribable unease, part wonder, part fear, because right in front of you burns one of the greatest fires on the planet, and you are merely a witness. This fire reflects humanity's strength, knowledge, mistakes, and limitations. Maybe one day the fire will die. Maybe the gas will run out. Maybe the crater will collapse. But for now, the door to hell continues to burn like a living organism in the heart of the Karakum Desert. As the flames tear through the night sky, there is only one truth a person can grasp. This world is not our plaything. Nature maintains its own balance, and humanity is only a small part of that balance. And perhaps every person who stands before the crater thinks the same final thought. Nature does not forgive mistakes. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you again on our next journey.